Just chill out. If you haven't had breakfast, just chill out. All right, Vinny.
Right.
So we've got you coming in.
Yeah.
You're the wizard when it comes to, I guess, creating engaging marketing events.
Yep.
And really, what I like about you is just selling without selling.
Yep.
What would you say in today's society? Why is it important to sort of care about what you wear?
Yeah. I think we just need to read the room, right? Like, for example, today we close the showroom. Monday is for me to go out and meet, client or friends out of the showroom. So I don't necessarily dress in suit. I dress in like casual jacket. By the way, we make this as well.
Yeah.
So it so that I look formal, I look neat, but also I don't look like I'm on the clock. And then when you go out, you meet, on your day work, I wear a suit. So the end of the day, I think when you read the room, the way you dress is you don't disconnect from that conversation. Because when you disconnect, it triggers people to be like, okay, what are we doing? So I think the way you dress, it doesn't matter of what you dress, but also you got to read the room. Does that make sense?
Right. Okay. Is it as much about how certain clothes make you feel, or is it about the people that you're around and how they interpret you and what about you?
I think both is one way is first is individually, like you need to feel that you are well presented. So you don't have to concerned about the way you look. And then next is who is your audience that day. So how they perceive you, and it just make it more seamless. And from there you can have better conversation like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it's almost like get the clothes right, so it's less about that.
Yeah. And it's different to the point where I just rock up in t-shirt and jean because that is not just you show people that they don't care, and then sometimes you talk about that, which I don't think is the right way. It's not about wearing casual because people don't care or I don't care. It just something is just seamless.
Yeah.
And I think read the room is the key things when I dress my client or even I dress myself on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I guess does that depend on obviously professions and that sort of thing as well. Like I imagine if a tradie's coming around in a collared, polo or something, but compared to like a lawyer, it's probably a bit of a different vibe.
So you don't want to disconnect you with your audience, right? So I give you the example. So I think one of my clients who work in private banking before, so it's quite casual.
Yeah.
He dressed maybe a blazer, t-shirt time to time, but now he move forward to wealth management, and he managed like maybe 3 mil or 5 mil for his client. Now he dressed in suit, but not just any suit. It's very conservative, navy or gray. And what I'm telling him is, you just get in there. If your client doesn't distract the way you dress, if that distracting the conversation, maybe that's not how we should be dressing.
Right. So you're sort of saying, I guess, dress for the job that you want. You go from a casual profession where, you can wear some loafers and some jeans and get by with that. And then as your sort of profession starts to shift and change, maybe you need to dial things back and be a bit more conservative.
I think as long as you don't disconnect from your audience, is that the best way?
Yeah. So don't make your clothing a distraction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Make it sort of blend in.
That's it.
Now, I've got no idea when it comes to fashion, and I can pretty well speak for Nevada as well. We're doing our best here. If I'm starting out, male or female, and I'm in a professional role where, let's say, for instance, I go to one race this week or one race event once a year, twice a year.
Yes.
An occasional awards night. Maybe I need to show up and be a bit more professional, in a bit more formal in certain occasions. If I had to build out a wardrobe that was versatile, didn't require a whole heap of confusion and thought, what would you buy as 5 or 6 items to start out, and what colors and why? Like, does it make a difference?
I think if you just starting out, you just need to refresh your look. I mean, it's how boring it gets. you just get your navy suit.
Okay.
Get some navy with textures. Because what does that give you is the navy get you into any room. It
Right.
makes you look formal. You don't have to think too much about it. It's very forgiving with shirt. Basically, you throw any shirt that's go well. You not stand out too much. And a navy suit, especially the one with the big textures, stay away from the sheen fabric.
Okay.
Because from that navy suit, you can wear the jacket on its own, become a blazer. You can wear the trouser with other things. So what one suit allow you to have a lot of option when it comes to dressing, and it doesn't require a lot of thinking when you dressed up.
Okay. So we're looking at navy suit
Yeah.
because you can wear it with everything.
Yeah.
You don't need a color match. You don't need a color coordinate. You just whack it on. Brown shoes, black shoes, good to go.
Yeah.
What's the next pick?
So next pick, I think it's Chicago. So like my trouser today from a part of a suit. So now you can mix and match with other things as well. So I think sometimes I say to my client, your wardrobe like a song, right? It's up and down note. So now it just get your basic done, your charcoal, your navy suit done. And from there, you just buy your multiple shirt, white shirt, blue shirt, strap shirt. I don't like check shirt, but
okay,
you do you at that point.
Bit of personal preference, yeah.
Bit of a personal reference, but what I say is when you have that locked in, it's so easy to look at you. It's not gonna distract from the conversation. It's not gonna complicate your life when it comes to what should I wear today.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And what are some mistakes people make with overdoing it? I know, like underdoing it's a bit more obvious, like not dressing, underdressing for the occasion. But I guess there is certain instances, particularly like maybe with some sales roles, where someone's wearing a suit, and it's maybe too shiny or too color. I don't know, makes them seem sleazy or unapproachable. What are some mistakes there?
I think a lot of people when they approach me because we are custom made, they tend to go, "Well, I can do anything. I can make different colors of suits," and doesn't think too much about what they have and what do they do. So I think it's my job because I'm not a yes guy. You gotta deal with me. I do say no to client. I ask them, what the role, what they're aiming to, and what do they have at home. So I always tone it down a little bit. I stop my client from buying on inbox.
Right. Okay.
So
they come in. We want purple and yellow suit, and I'm going in and I work for a law firm, and I'm colorful and I like wearing colorful patterns. And you go, all right, let's dial it back here. What's the thought process there?
Yeah. I think come back to who we are as a brand. So Oscar Hunt, we more like a lifestyle brand. We don't tend to make things for one use. We don't I always say my client, they're probably not the loudest guy in the room, but they're the most comfortable guy in the room. Comfortable in the way they dress, they read the room really well. So from there, I think the mistake is don't jump in and excite too much excitement about custom made. But more into like, okay, does this garment serve a purpose? Does this garment serve a particular value to you? And we can chat on that. It's almost like a private chef. It's like cooking you a meal right now. Understanding what you're allergic to is probably my first question.
Can we not cop peanuts?
They're like, cool. Maybe I don't put that in. So I think that would be my advice for someone just get on with custom made as well. But
and I think that's a good differentiating factor as well, because I go clothes shopping. I hate it. I do it once a year because I absolutely have to. And I don't enjoy the process. But every now and then you go into a certain shop and there's a particular person there that's super helpful that says that shirt looks terrible or this shirt will look good on you. And you, for some reason, you sort of, take their advice. Where sometimes I ask my wife, "Oh, does this look all right?" And she's like, "Yeah, let's go to my shop. Let's go look at the stuff I want to buy." But obviously, we recently used your service myself. And yeah, I really valued, I guess, that input, because I honestly, and I find myself in those situations having no idea of what's good or what I like. I don't have a taste as such. So I guess that's one of the differentiating factors, right? You're giving those people that bit of your input as well.
I think I apply that to on how even my personal spending, let's say buying a house, getting a mortgage brokers like yourself there.
Yeah.
I always more interested having a conversation that I knowing the agenda. It wasn't for me to spend the money with particular person.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's just have a chat, see where we go. This is my story, and you that are the expert.
Mm.
And okay, cool. Maybe you're not the right person, or maybe you're the right person. I think that having that advice is very critical. So I take back to my business. Every time client have a conversation with me, it's never about, oh yeah, you got to spend money with me. I can do this. We can do that. We can wait for a little bit.
Yeah.
So the genuine always come back to, are we here just to help the client, or are we here just to make the money out of them?
I think that's an interesting point that you sort of bring up, because it was funny enough when we first went into the showroom and had a chat, and obviously we know each other through Bailey, my brother. He sort of he was into his suit tailoring and whatnot, and I'm so far out of my depth in your game, and I brought along Nevada, and he's the exact same. You know, it's hard to even know what the difference is, and we left going, Vinny didn't even ask us to buy anything. Like, we were ready to get measured up and have that conversation. And
if anything, he talked us down. He actually talked us out of it. Like, I remember I said, "Oh, I'll get a couple of suits," and you said, "Oh, let's start with one thing first. Let's see how you like it, and let's build it." So, and I think if you're working with people that have your best interest in mind, instantly there's a lot more trust. You know,
for sure.
I don't have to be cautious around this person. This person's not just trying to take me for as much money as they can. And I think, I mean, it'd be interesting to see the stats on it, but I think you probably end up spending maybe more in the end, because there's more trust in the relationship.
There's definitely more trust. And also, you probably know my business, 98% common referral.
Yeah.
And apart from that is, what I realize is when people recommend me to their friend and family, they never say, go to Vinnie, he make the best suit. They don't really say that.
Mm-hmm.
Then when they go to Vinnie, ask him what he think it is. I know you have a wedding. Just let Vinnie advise you first before you make any decision. And to me, probably that's the best way to recommend my business to your friend and family, because they're going there without a shield.
Yeah.
Because if someone recommend me, Vinnie gonna make the best suit, they go there with a shield. They go there with a number in their mind, but not having an open mind conversation.
I think that's an important thing that you sort of bring up, because I mean, really, the conversation isn't around price. It's what they want that suit to do. It's a tool in the tool belt. What purpose is it going to serve? I think that's very important, and then price becomes less of a conversation on the table.
It's the value perspective rather than a number.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I always focus on, okay, this is the value you're getting out of the suit. So that's the value you want to get rather than the price, because when you just bright focus, they just compare number to numbers and not focus on the value. And they're on different value as well.
Well, that's the thing. Like, realistically, if we're considering mainstream brands that we can go to any shopping center and purchase, you know, effectively you're buying a difference in terms of, I guess, client experience.
Yes.
The feel and the cut.
Yep.
You're coming to a professional and getting some guidance around what's this tool gonna
what's
this suit gonna do?
And there is some similarities with our industry. Like with mortgage brokers, we for the most part have access to the similar lenders. You know, the same rates across those lenders. So what are the differentiating factors? It's the advice, the service. You know, are you willing to go the extra mile for someone? Give them advice that's got to be based on their best interest, not necessarily, you know, let's just get a deal here. And I think that's similar, I guess, with what you do.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just business as a whole as much the same. But goodwill is a very, very valuable thing in business, and if you can build that with people, it does go a long way.
Yeah, for sure. Because if you notice, when I first meeting you, I hardly promote the suit.
Yeah.
Because I know the client that come to me and say shop with me is always got to deal with the personality. We get along really good. We make friends first before the product.
Yeah.
Because if I continue and saying Oscar Hunt, we make the best fabric, we have the best structures in suit. Every guy say the same thing. And Bailey say that to you. I let Bailey do that job for you. For me,
He's told me on that multiple times when we've had those conversations. Yeah.
But if I just lean toward on the product, the services, everyone in my industry say the same thing. However, you don't get Vinnie, you don't get Bart and Nevada. So it is that personal branding, is that personality that I lean pretty much toward on.
Yep.
And then from there, I let the client make the decision. What is the value to him or to her?
Yeah, it's more relationship based, long term.
100%.
You become, Vinny's my suit guy.
Yep.
No, Nevada's the lending guy, my lending guy. You
That's
become the go to, and then the transactions are just secondary to that.
Yeah, it's a long term game, and I'm not gonna sitting here and we have Oscar Hunt Brisbane for about 3 years now, going to 4th year. I'm not gonna sitting here and say when we first opened the showroom, everyone were lining up in front of the shop.
And staying up overnight with the camp chairs. Yeah,
it's never like that. It's a slow burn. You build that foundation, you build that relationship, you build that trust, and that is very hard to earn, but quick to destroy. So how can we keep that reputation? How can we keep that quality, let alone scale it?
Find it a really interesting thing, and I'm not sure if it's one of those skill sets that you're born with, or you've naturally had to sort of like work on. But the customer service and the relation experience or the relationship with clients, like where does that come from, Vinny? Because I look on socials and every second real estate agent, every second law firm, is working with you. Where is that sort of skill set come from? Like, is that upbringing? Where do you think that sort of is derived from?
So my dad used to make shoes.
Okay.
So my dad used to have 2 shops. He named the shop after me. It's called Vin. So my real name is Vin.
There you go.
When I come to Australia, people call me Vinnie, and I just stuck to that name.
Wear it under your sleeve.
Yep. And then I was in the shop with him. So back then when I was a kid, my dad's always out, which I hate because I'm like, well, he keep drinking. What he wasn't drink, but he was. Now I get it. He's just he's gonna go out and do with the client. I mean, he still spend time with me. He's still a good father.
But he's doing business.
He's doing business, right? And when he was driving me around, he was like, "Oh, I know that owner. I know that owner." Back then, I wouldn't care. Now I get it, right? You when you go, you make that relationship, and his business built on top of that. It's only slowly that I can understand it now. And also, I live away from my family since I was young. So I live in Singapore for 14 years. Most of my life, so I will live away from family. And when I get home, the feeling of being home is just special.
You cherish the moment.
And it's not just about whether I go back to my own bed. It's not just about eating mom cooked food. It's the experience that you're in the space that you feel welcome. Because most of the time when I'm out, I always feel like I don't belong there because I'm always in a foreign country, someone's house, home, renting a room, living with someone else. I always feel like I intrude someone's space, but when I get into my home, I welcome here. My mom loved me. I belong to this space. So take that into retail, where what I do now is when we open the shop, when client working in, I don't want them to feel like, oh, I get into Vinnie's space. I was, hey, welcome. It is not just a wall, but like I feel them, make them at ease.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting point. Is sort of creating the space for people to feel comfortable. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's so many relatable experiences, whether that be a Christmas dinner and I've got no one to hang out with. I'll come on in.
Yep.
So it's a mixture of, I guess, moving around foreign countries, having exposure to father's shoe shop, building the client relationships, and then that sort of translates to what you guys are doing in Oscar Hunt in Brisbane. Because I mean, we've now attended a couple of your events now.
Yes.
And it's the most interesting way to sort of introduce suit tailoring to bringing new people to the room. Where did that all kind of start? Because it's a unique proposition. You're running events like an event management company.
Yeah.
And you've got, I guess,
a good thing.
You know, suits in the background. It's a wild concept, but it's working.
The question first I want to ask is, do you feel welcome when you come to the event?
100%. Yeah, it's just how the room's laid out.
Yeah.
It's like you're kind of expecting a suit shop, but then it's just like it's like a more made for an event. It's like an event space. How they're hosted and the people there, you know, everyone's quite friendly and welcoming. And oh yeah, I know everyone knows Vinnie. Vinnie's a great bloke. That's what everyone's chatting about. And the one I attended, it was interesting how valuable, I guess, the potential relationships in the room were. It was almost like you went out and picked 40 people in the room that would be interesting for me to have a conversation with. That's almost what it felt like.
Yep.
So I found it, really enjoyable. And usually I kind of attend those things and I'm sort of looking at the time thinking, me too.
Networking event.
They've done the thank you speeches. This is an acceptable time for me to leave.
Yep.
By the end of that, I was like, this is actually pretty cool. Like I'm not rushing out the door.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
And we made a few good, valuable business connections as well. So, how does that work? What goes into that in the background?
So I get it when we open the showroom, and I know the business is based on appointment. Because it's only me now. We have Mitch in the showroom. It's pretty much book an appointment. We see you, and because we are appointment based, you don't get the walk-in, right? You don't get that that visual,
retail.
the retail, right? So event like this is really good for us to expose our brand to other people, and they don't have to book an appointment to take away that, right? And I think until now we're still improving our event, so it's very curated. And how I look at it is there are 3 parts of a good event in my eyes. We did the event when we opened, and I kid you not, it's not that good.
So you had to work on it. You don't just sort of get to that stage. Yeah.
So the 3 parts that I really lean toward to. So first is, who are we partnering with? Are we partnering with, good businesses, good people? So we got to find first is to key who we partner with. I think that event you went to, we partnered with a lot of kind of forget now.
And it was a charity as well.
Yeah, there was a law firm and a charity that was.
No, we put partnering with developers who have a charity under them. Yep. Mini Farm Project.
Yeah,
that's the one.
So his name is Nick. Lovely guy. He purchased from us, so he's our client. And very good heart and run a very good business. So it's like, cool, why don't we partner with you? So that's one. Next is, who should we get into the room? So if we partner with developers, we love to connect with, obviously, yourself, mortgage brokers, selling agent, buying agent, financial planners and lawyers. So we look at the book and like, okay, we want these people in the room. He will invite some of his people. I will invite some of my people, as is yourself here. And because we know each other really well, we know who to invite. I get along with each other's. So that's what. So the second part, and the last part is what I call the entertaining part. So we don't make it like a networking event where you just go there to pass your name card.
Hand out business cards, shake hands,
nothing
and
worse.
Count down the clock.
Nothing worse than that, really. So that's why we get. I think either we have a wine tasting that day.
Yeah.
And I know the winemaker personally as well. So you got these key elements that come to the event more than just the product or services. I know the person by name. I know the family. They know how I operate.
Yeah.
So from there, you sort of we invite people based on personality and businesses. So you get to the room where people feel very friendly. They know they come here to meet new people. They know that they come to the showroom is not for me to sell the suit. So you get that commercial out of the door, but also we don't tend to invite everyone to every event as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fascinating concept. So the byproduct of creating the room in a certain way is people get an appetizer for what you guys do.
Yep.
The exposure to, I sort of refer it to as like almost the golden ticket. You go to enough of Vinnie's events, you want to buy a suit because all the experiences that you've had. So you curate the room, who's in the room, and who's going to be valuable for the other people in the room to interact with. Create an experience where people want to stay. It doesn't feel like a boring, generic sort of exchanging of business cards. And then the byproduct is people want to stay, people interact and network with each other.
And you also said a few points there as well. Like you have obviously the person you're partnering with, they're getting the benefit of their, charity exposure. You have the wine or the gin provider who's able to sort of highlight some of their products and sell their products. And then you're getting the right people in the room that would want to meet each other, so that they're also getting a win there.
Yep.
And then people are becoming more aware of Oscar Hunt. So it's kind of you're like aligning, setting up in a situation where making sure everyone's getting a win and getting some benefit.
Yep.
And I think it's a really interesting concept. It's not just if you just say you had an event and you didn't sell a suit.
Yep.
But the gin guy or the wine guy sold a few bottles and you got his name out there, and the charity, you got some donations. Then all of a sudden, these people are looking back to you and going, "Oh, well, I have Vinnie to thank for that." So at the very least, you've strengthened those relationships as well.
Yeah. I think the way I look at it is, if my client do well, we do well.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think our product really good for in the industry, but I kid you not, I say it's only 20% or even less than that understand the quality. Like we have, say, 10% that come to us because of Oscar Hunt, because of the stitching, because of the fabric that we get, because of the construction. So barely could be in that 10%.
Yeah.
He gets caught up in the details when it comes to suits and how they're made. And
So the majority of the client, I think they can tell the difference between us and other brand, but before that they couldn't tell us apart. And purely they shop with us because I guess they like and trust me. And then it's always come back to what other value can we provide than just a beautiful garment. And that's where I work so hard on.
Yeah.
Because when I get into Oscar Hunt, because I left menswear for 2 years and doing photography.
Yeah, he was a photographer and a creative at that stage. Yeah,
you saw me there. And when I get back to the menswear, and particularly with Oscar Hunt, is I know the product is good. I know the service is good. So that's not something I should work on. I wouldn't say yes if I don't know the product is good. And once that's done, all right, let's work on other things that we can provide value to our potential client. But yeah.
So it's like you purchase a suit and you get access to a big network in a way as well. One thing I thought was really interesting, and I found it really effective on myself as well, was the free shirt offer. So what's the thought behind that? What's the tactic there with giving someone a taste of the product first?
So I always put myself into my client's shoe.
Mm-hmm.
For them to say yes to like a suit, right? It's pretty daunting because you don't see the garment. You agree on or make decision of a fabric, and let alone it's a small swatch of fabric.
Yeah.
It's pretty much based on what I say.
Mm-hmm.
And if you trust someone, you need to let that person earn that trust from you. And how I do that is through this shirt. The shirt is almost like allow me to, hey, see the quality, see the services, but more than that, you can feel the experience before you make your next step to the suit purchasing. Because not just the quality, you need to see how I speak to you. Do I do what I say? How long the timeline? And basically having an experience without any risk from you, we take that risk. Because if you say the shit doesn't turn up, obviously your time is what you lose, which are very valuable. But at least you have a experience without any big commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's a fascinating, I guess, concept because really it's try the experience first before you're ready to commit. And I think that's one thing that you do very well. It's the selling without selling. You've got confidence in the product.
Yeah.
You're willing to back that with the quality of the service and the customer service. They experience it by trying on the first linen shirt that they've got, or, we followed Vinnie's recommendation on a collared shirt. Now we're ready to commit to a patch of fabric and what Vinnie tells us we should have buttons wise or fit or shape or cut. It's an interesting one. So if I've only ever had suits from your major retailers, and I assume that a lot of our audience is going to be in this circumstance, without getting caught into the details, what is the key difference between, I guess, something that's tailor-made and off-the-rack clothes?
So the key thing is proportion. Everybody have different torso, everybody have different length. So that come back to, the way you wear your trouser will be a different height to someone else. Your shirt sleeve will be a different length to
me
someone
and Bart
else.
aren't fit into the same pair of pants.
110%. No.
Yep. So proportion is one thing. So what proportion means? So let's say you're driving a car. And I'm not a car guy, but I can tell what car have the right size wheel to a car.
Yeah.
If you have a wrong size wheel, it still drive, but it cut it off.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right, but nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And whether you care or not, or whether you see the value in having the right size wheel on the right car, not everyone see the same thing. So same thing with suits. Where you wear your trousers, where you wear your jacket with a button seat, to me that's very important. To me that's basically everything. So that's one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is my stomach. It's like having a private chef, right?
Yeah.
The first meal maybe not, it's great, but it's not the best one yet. But the next meal is going to be better. The next meal is going to be better. So every garment that we make for you, it's just going to keep better and better. It's not because we know you better. No. It's now you know yourself better. You know what you want now. You know how can change things. You know what we can or cannot do. And that allow you to articulate that message to me. And from there, I keep making better garment for you. Where if you get off the right garment, you get baked into the look. You get baked into what on season. And you cannot allow yourself to articulate to the shop assistant.
Yeah.
I guess same thing with client, whether they go straight to you or go straight to the bank. If they go straight to the bank, they're just gonna get what the bank gonna give them. But they go straight to you guys, you know the history of buying the house, you know this is the house for investment or to stay home, and from there you tailor the finance.
Yeah.
But having that understanding and articulate what you really want to get out of it, I think that a difference between custom made and ready to wear.
Yeah, it makes complete sense because you exactly right. You go to the bank, you get a product with a decent rate, but has that person taken into your long term goals? What you said you wanted for the future, have they considered all those things and set it up that way? And then when you get to those second transactions, whether you're refinancing or I'm using my stuff because it's what I know, buying an investment property, we know that person's circumstance, so it's easy for us to then do that next step because we have everything. Like we know what their goals are, we have their information on file. So I guess you're looking to build out a wardrobe. You can work with someone over a longer period of time to build that up and develop what they actually like, what their taste is, not just what's on sale or something.
Yeah, and doesn't mean making more stuff is great.
Yeah,
it's actually making the right stuff and the right garment. Like we have a client and he just texts me one now and then. He always come back for advice. And sometimes I say yes, sometimes I say no. I think having that conversation, because there's two big agenda when we make anything for clients. So first is I want to make something I'm proud of. But I think it's nice. I think that I can put my names on it, let alone Oscar Hunt. Second thing is I want my client to wear this garment as much as possible. And you're not wearing that, why? If it's too big or too small, please come back. We do alteration complimentary.
Okay.
And just more than that, right? Like
so if you're someone like me that fluctuates with weight, that's very helpful.
You can dial it up, dial it back down. You got flexibility there.
So I think you want it's like, I guess that's all I have really. It's like making a baby, right? You make sure that age well. You just want to make things because of the sake of making a jacket. But
and I like the advice you give around. So if you get this color, you can wear it with this color pants and this color pants. Whereas if you get this color, you're really stuck to using it for only that one purpose. So I like how you give advice around being able to use clothing for multiple different occasions as well. So you can ultimately spend less money overall. What if you're a business owner or someone that's watching this and they're early in business, what do you see that businesses do wrong when it comes to building relationships with people or sales? How do they what's a common mistakes you see there?
I think is straight out of the gate promote the services or the product. And you probably know, and we go out a lot, we talk to a lot of people, and you can see who that really want to know you, or someone just to try to get your business.
Peddling product over people, I guess.
Exactly. And then I always kidding to someone try to sell to me. I'm like, I'm married. At least take me out for a date. I'm not easy.
I
have a wife at home.
You're not on the market.
You're not in the market. But hey, if you take me out and wine and dine me, maybe I have to consider that. But you can't just try to get in and try to win the business on the first go, because it's a short-term thinking, whether you like it or not.
So connect with the human in front of you first.
100%.
And then just and I actually have this example. I remember it vividly. It was when I was younger in a previous industry, which was book publishing, and I was in a BNI meeting. I was probably like 18 at the time. And I had someone approach me. They actually came over to me, engaged with me and said, "Hey, I'm looking to publish a book. Can you, how does that work? Or, you're a book publisher. How can we work together, sort of thing?" And gave me the opportunity. And instead of going, which is what I should have said, what's your book about? You know, ask the question, learn about what they're doing. What's your goal with the book? That's what I should have started with.
Yep.
I continue to just blabber on about every service we offered, every product, how good we are, how this and that. And I could physically see their eyes glaze over and their body literally go like this away from me. And I noticed it. I picked it up and I was just like, oh, what did I do wrong there? And it was one of the biggest learning experiences of what not to do in a situation is, don't go straight for it. Because I literally just repelled that person away from me. And obviously we didn't get the sale because they're probably like, man, that guy's a bit of a sales guy and doesn't really care, just peddling product and whatnot. But that I always remember that and sort of try to remember that in other circumstances moving forward. It was a good lesson to have early on, but people don't like that.
It's one of those things, I guess. You've got commission breath. People can smell it.
You
know, at the end of the day, it's, you know, they may have wanted to engage your services straight from the get-go, and it's, well, how can you let's find out more about you to figure out if we can work together and produce some value for each other. I've got a quick question, Vinny. Let's say, for instance, I'm in a professional services. I'm not, you know, an outgoing person. I'm considering networking or going to an event. If I'm not an outgoing person, what are some things that I can do in a networking environment that are going to benefit me? Or feel more comfortable? Because I notice there's a lot of people that shy away from.
So it's probably obviously not advice for you because you're sweet.
Yeah, I'm outgoing. You need to stop me.
I think I talk about myself and how I going out because from outside looking in, I'm very outgoing. I'm very happy-go-lucky kind of guy. But inside, yes, I go home and I sit inside the corners. I won't put. I just don't like when people say we are introvert or we extrovert. Because regardless who you are, you do what you got to do, right? So I think my first advice for myself is: do I believe in what I do? Do I believe that I am good at what I do? And does what I do bring real value to other person? That's one thing I have to trust Oscar Hunt. Does Oscar Hunt take care of me? Because I think one that build confidence in myself. And so that's one. And the second thing is I need to make this work. Because if I don't, and I'm not very good at everything else. Number is not my strong keys, even though I look like I'm good at number, but I don't. I give you
it's that stereotypes we're throwing out.
I give you that hot tip. So this is the only thing I do, and this thing I know best, and I can confidently say I'm very comfortable with the product and the service we provide. So get that right. And from there, what do I have to lose? So you just go out there. You're not, just really try to put yourself out there. And I'm vulnerable, and I think that's how I connect with a lot of people. The difference between someone going out and someone just do I guess I call it scam. Is, I guess they don't believe it, but they just want in it for the short term and they get out. But I think because I believe in what we do, that's always in my backpack. The one that on loaded and ready to go. I'm just let myself be, I guess, comfortable within the room.
I find that as an interesting point because it's the key takeaway is: do I believe that I can provide value to the room, as opposed to there's this, light bulb I can switch and now I'm instantly good at marketing. It's do I actually have the confidence in what I'm doing and what I'm there to promote? And then second of all, throwing yourself in the deep end and being in a position where you go, I just have to make this work. I don't have much else under my belt.
That's it.
Let's move forward and give it a crack.
And another no is another step to a yes. So if my wife listens to this, she probably agree because I'm not home much. Which is pretty bad. But like last week, I'm going out almost every night. Do I get used to it? To a certain extent. But what I'm good at right now is picking the room that I enjoy myself. I enjoy the people who get in there, but I allow myself to pick the room because I've been to a lot of the events, so I know what which event is good for me or which event that I can add value on to, rather than just say yes to everything now.
So it's as much about how you are in the room as to obviously making sure you go to the right events.
Yep. And then nothing against other event that I don't go. It's just I don't think I can add value much or receive, and also I have to reserve my energy for the right people as well. I used to be a yes guy. I still yes now, but there's some occasion I do say no. But I used to be a yes guy when I opened up Oscar Hunt.
Yeah.
You call Vinnie, I say yes. You call Vinnie, I say yes. I'm like, okay.
This is not sustainable.
This is not sustainable. She gonna leave me somehow, and I'm gonna burn down.
Yeah.
Let's dial it back. Let's see. Let's finesse this. Let's curate this. It takes time.
Yeah, but to be in the right room and be strategic with that time, and so you have the time for the family and home life and that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, but at first you got to throw yourself out there. There's no right way of doing this.
Yeah,
only you can answer that.
One thing I always think, and I think this myself as well, because it's a question for me, is you go out to a networking event and just say you make a good connection, someone that you feel you get along with personally, you would hang out with them personally, and there's also some business synergy there as well.
Yes.
What's the follow-up to that? How do you maintain the relationship and strengthen over time and just sort of get it beyond a superficial, oh yeah, we could work together, we should work together type of situation?
Follow-up is an art.
Yeah.
I think it's an art that it takes time to perfect. So for example, let's just say in this example that I know you from Bailey and how that I follow up with you and how we come to this. So at the back of what I do as Suit, I do a lot of events. I go a lot, and that's probably one of the biggest resources that I have.
Yeah.
And what I do is, hey, if I see some of the event that I run that can benefit you, I would love to invite you to my event. And that's one follow-up.
Yeah.
And that's just, an easy way.
So much better than, hey, just check in to see if you still want that suit.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
So that's one way. Another way is I have an A and B person that will be interested to get to know you. And obviously that I had to do a homework, make sure that would fit, and let alone do an email and introduction. But sometimes under conversation, if I don't feel that thing that I can follow up or that thing that I can't hold on to, I will just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because I try not to have too much of, an agenda after a meeting. But if there is a follow-up and I try to, I would. But if that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely. So you find a natural, easy way so you don't feel cringy doing it, but at the same time, you're also delivering some value for them.
Yep.
So the intent is, oh, hey, I can introduce you to this person or invite you to this event that'll be helpful.
Yeah.
Rather than, hey, bro, just checking if you want that suit.
And do
you want to buy from me today?
Yeah. And sometimes that's all I have. And if I don't see that resources apply to a lot of people, and that's fine. Because sometimes I meet people and they, well, I don't know how I'm going to follow after this, but hey, good to meet you. Maybe I meet you around.
Yeah.
I'll give you a good example. I guess medical clients are the hardest to follow up because they're so busy.
Yeah.
They are
big hours, high stress.
Exactly. And they don't really need network.
Yeah.
They've got enough patients.
Yeah, it's plenty of sick people. Yeah.
They have enough, patient business that you call it. And so what's the best way of that is we always partner with someone that's doing medical and we do an event with them. and we're using that relationship to follow up.
Mm-hmm.
I find that a really interesting angle that a lot of the audience can sort of put into practice, because in your head, most people are trying to achieve an objective, which may be a sale, a follow-up, sit-down appointment. And what you're basically saying is flip the table. Next time you're calling them, hey, how can I provide you value?
Yep.
Or something of benefit that then naturally comes back to when the timing's right. They're calling you.
Yep.
And so it's creating those real experiences and those real relationships, as opposed to, here's what I've got to sell you.
Yep.
Hey, can I sell it to you now? I find that really interesting. There's lots of women, I guess, that would listen to the podcast.
Yes.
And I'm noticing more and more of, I guess, females starting to, buy the power suit. They may be in a corporate job or a corporate office. How does styling look different versus men and the women?
Yep. We do a lot of male. We starting to get some female, but it's not a lot. So the one key thing I would say is men doesn't know what they want.
Yeah.
Female on the money.
Yeah. They have this mindset, they're getting in like this is what I want. So my job with female is always, do we have a streamlined product with them, jacket and trousers, pretty much that's it. And then a shirt. And we have a very straight line is what we can do. We not go outside of that. And we have a few female that love what we do, but also we cannot cater to more than what they want, because you start getting to the female fashion. I think you open the banner box.
Yeah.
And it's hard to cater. But I guess the way I look at female are almost the same. Is, are we doing the right value? Yeah, I think it's still a small business for us. However, we tend to get a few more female coming in our way at the moment.
Yeah. That's interesting. Expanding area.
Yeah, but also you don't lose track of what you're good at, because sometimes we always looking at that's the revenue, but are we go after that, or then we forget what we're good at? So
sometimes it's definitely better to be focused on your core business and improving and specializing, rather than trying to be the generalist or the jack of all trades, which is kind of hard to deliver with the same quality and knowledge. And
it's like going to a cafe. You've had a few beers the night before, you go and sit down with some friends, and there's a menu that's 8 pages long. Too much choice.
None of it's probably good.
Yeah, nothing's going to be good.
And knowing like what, and then you always look at. I always asking myself when we do any business activity. All right, what do we do? Does that serve a purpose? Does that provide a value? And if we don't, and then we're like, okay, maybe we not to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome video. I think this has been really valuable. I've certainly taken a lot away from it. What is the best way for people to contact you or engage with you or your services, or if they're interested in looking at an event themselves, how should they reach out?
You can tag me on my Instagram.
Yep.
So thank you very much for having me as well. It was always a pleasure and an honor to be like, Vinnie, you do something interesting and I want to know. I always having that nervous, because I don't, what I do, I think I'm just a guy try to make it work in what I'm good at. So I always love or very honest when people interested in what we do. If you tag on my Instagram, you can just say hi on my Instagram. Like, I'm not kidding. Just say hello.
You're always active on there.
We're not superstar or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously you can always do the website. My phone number is up there. If not, we're on Arthur Street. Just come and say hello.
Yeah.
Probably that's
pop in for a drink after work.
Yeah. We do knockoff drink on every fortnight Friday. So skip this Friday. I don't know when you're gonna publish this, but if you're interested in the event, just send me a text. I can tell you what do we have. And I ask you, and if you want to come along with that.
Perfect. Yeah. So pop in for a gin in a couple of weeks' time if you had a rough day at the office, and come say good day.
Yeah. The activity that we do is we tend to make this casual. It's not just to get people in, but people deal with me well because they deal with me after work. The same with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Not many people come to you and like, I need a loan.
Yeah.
It's always, I know you from here, from there, and hey, we're buying a house. Can you help me out? So at the back, we always do this so people can get to know us, and not wanting a suit, because when they want, it's probably too late because it takes 6 weeks for us.
So get it early.
Get in and get organized.
So that's the key. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure having you, Vinny, as always. And yeah, thanks so much for jumping on the podcast and dropping some wisdom.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.